Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Go check out my website at skyazrael.com for life coaching and mentoring. I want to talk a little bit about being a hustler. Now, I'm not trying to get down with teaching people how to be a criminal. I'm not making a video on YouTube to teach anyone how to do any harm or to manipulate people or exploit people. Absolutely not. But I did learn how to do that. And I've been able to use my powers of evil towards good. I can use a lot of these skills I learned in the streets towards business and towards furthering the positive forward growth of my life. So let's just go over some traits of a hustler. I'll go over 2 or 3. If you guys out there, if any hustlers are watching, any pros out there, leave some comments below. Let's teach some of these guys how to be hustlers. It's a good skill to have. One of the things I think is important is to be able to identify value. I remember being able to size people up pretty well. You know, you look at their shoes, look at their watch. I became an expert in watches. And I can tell if a guy's got money. There's all kinds of cues. Like in poker, they call them tells. There's all kinds of tells. And you get really good at sizing people up and being able to identify value. We used to call people mark. That's a mark. Not everybody's a mark, and it takes a pro to identify a mark, to identify value. It's just a good skill to have. You want to put yourself in the right circles. I've owned many businesses, and it's always a good idea when you're in business to get to know other people in your industry. Of course, you want to get to know your customers and all that, but get to know other people in your industry. And I don't care what kind of business you have. I've owned lots of them, and it's good to know other people doing what you're doing, to get to know the competition. You can learn from them. You can benefit from them. So it's good to identify value, the value of others. Put yourself in the right circles around people who are valuable people. When you really understand this is a valuable person, you can cherish them more. You may be able to let go of some people that are worthless. I know that sounds very judgmental, but there are people out there that are worthless. They truly are. You've run into them, you know you have. It helps putting things in perspective, and you can do this intuitively, rather quickly. A good hustler can do this right away and can put themselves in the right circles. So identify value, and that takes a certain open-mindedness. If you're a really closed-minded individual, you're not open to new people, new things, new ideas, new thoughts, you may not see the signs and the signals sent your way. You not recognize the value around you. You may not even really be a good listener. Become a good listener. Hustlers are really good listeners. Another trait of being a hustler is to be able to find the source. I remember in the dope game, we always used to wonder who the source was. Who's pushing the most dope? Who's bringing it in? And where are they getting it from? Are they bringing it in from the border? Who's bringing it in from the border? And before that, are the people selling it at the border? Are they middlemen? Are they getting it from another country? How does it work? Where's the source? We want to know the source. Go to the top. I got a job at a collection agency years ago. I was fresh off the streets and trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life, and I got a bunch of weird jobs. That was one of them. I got a job at a casting agency. That's a funny job. But the collection agency was a big high-rise building. And long story short, I was told by the manager, or my manager rather, not to go and bother the owner. The owner's on the top floor, don't bother him. You're not to go up there, just do your job, you stay down here, don't bother him. Well, I got a hustler's mentality. I want to go to the source. How am I supposed to move up the ladder if I don't go to the source? My manager isn't the source. I'm going above my manager. My manager is a stepping stone, and his boss is another stepping stone. I want to know the boss, the Don. So I go up. There's an elevator, private elevator, that went right up into his office. He had a penthouse office on the top, overlooked all of Hollywood. Big office. I jump on his little private elevator, nobody's looking. I jump on there, punch the top button, and I go up there. And it opens up right into his office, and he's this older guy sitting behind his desk, doing something, whatever, and he looks up at me startled, like, what are you up here for? You're not supposed to be up here. I put on my smile, and I was charismatic, and walked right in confidently. I'm Sky, I'm one of your employees. Told him who I was, where I was from. It's just how we do in California, tell somebody where you're from. But it turned out, we got started talking about DC. He's like, you're from Washington, DC? I said, yeah, I went to high school in DC. He said, what high school did you go to? I said, I went to Emerson. He was like, no, you didn't. I said, yes, I did. And I told him the year I graduated, and he said, I went to Emerson. We became friends right there. He went to my high school. Go to the source. Now, another aspect, the third thing I want to talk about, and you guys can add some other things. I'll end on this, but you can add some things to continue the topic, the conversation. A good hustler knows the rule of wealth. There's a rule of wealth. You don't create wealth. It's a rule of physics. You can't create or destroy anything. It just transforms from one form to another. A hustler understands this theory with wealth. You don't create wealth. You don't create something from nothing. That's not how it works. There's a flow of wealth. Our economy is a circular flow of wealth. Of money going around in a circle, all passing, paying hot potato, passing. What you got to do is figure out how to tap into it, is get in that circle. You have to figure out not how to create wealth, to grow money on trees or whatever. You have to just tap into the flow. It's a different way of looking at things. I hope this has helped somebody. Thanks for watching.